And what a great performance from Kobbie Mainoo, who came on as a substitute in England's goalless game against Slovenia. And everybody is suddenly talking about Kobbie Mainoo and Coma. So we're going to check out how the English player of Ghanaian descent performed in his second game at the 2024 Euros. In fact, Gareth Southgate has been full of praises on Kobbie Mainoo. We hear from him in a short moment. Also, former Manchester United defender Gary Neville has also said a word about Kobbie Mainoo's performance in England's game against Slovenia. We also hear from another Manchester United legend, that is Roy Keane, who has also heaped praises on the youngster. Well, more coming up right here on Sports Updates Ghana. Before we get into it, please subscribe, like, share, and don't forget to leave a comment. So England came up against Slovenia in their final group game at the 2024 Euros. The English national team were hoping to win this particular game, but unfortunately they had to settle on a goalless draw. Coach Gareth Southgate started Declan Rice as well as Conor Gallagher in midfield, with Bellingham leading the attacking midfield position. So it meant that this time Trent Alexander-Arnold was not starting the game and Kobbie Mainoo was once again on the bench. Well, England were playing such a boring game until when Kobbie Mainoo was introduced, as well as Cole Palmer, and everything changed from there on. The game became very fluid, active, and more energy as Kobbie Mainoo brought on some of his masterpiece passes, and Kobbie Mainoo gave some complete passes. All his passes were spot on, and he gave more passes compared to Conor Gallagher, who was on the pitch more than 60 minutes, and Kobbie Mainoo just needed 20 minutes to complete more passes than Conor Gallagher. If you think I'm lying, let's look at the performance of Kobbie Mainoo as compared to Conor Gallagher. So this was how Kobbie Mainoo performed as against Conor Gallagher. So here we have it. So Conor Gallagher played more action than Kobbie Mainoo. So Conor Gallagher had 0 crosses completed as compared to Kobbie Mainoo, who had 100% crosses completed. Kobbie Mainoo had 100 tackles won, but Conor Gallagher 0 tackles won. Passing accuracy 85% as compared to Kobbie Mainoo's passing accuracy, which was 97% passing accuracy. When it came to passes completed, Conor Gallagher completed 17 out of 20 passes in the 60 minutes of action that he played, as against Kobbie Mainoo, who completed 33 out of 34 passes. Only one pass was not spot on. Kobbie Mainoo gave 33 passes, full one, and that tells you how Kobbie Mainoo is in terms of playing matches. Well, the youngster, in terms of his performance in the game, well, he was involved in 2 duels won and dribble past 1 player. And yes, I've already brought you up to date on his performance on other aspects. So that is how Kobbie Mainoo performed in this particular game. But the most memorable time in the game was when Kobbie Mainoo gave that pass to Harry Kane, who was laying the pass to Cole Palmer, and unfortunately Cole Palmer's shot was too feeble. If Harry Kane had returned that pass to Kobbie Mainoo, I'm telling you, England would have won that game by 1-0 by now. Because looking at the silky pass and timely pass that Kobbie Mainoo handed to Harry Kane should have just returned the favor by handed it to Cole Palmer. That was simple, and well, we all like the way Cole Palmer and Kobbie Mainoo played. Well, after the game, Gareth Southgate was asked about the performance of Kobbie Mainoo, and let's hear what he had to say.
He astound you at how comfortably he's fitting into this pressure environment?
No, because that's what we have seen with, he's playing for a massive club and he's coped with that incredibly well in some big games. So he adapted as we knew he would. He's a different profile of player to Conor. We wanted to press better than we had at the start of the game, and Conor did that well. But then we felt the way the flow of the game was, to have Kobbie's ability to move the ball through the lines was going to be a help, and it did.
So that is England's head coach Gareth Southgate over there that you heard from, talking about Kobbie Mainoo's performance in the game. Now, former Manchester United players have been talking, and according to Roy Keane, he believes that after this game, Kobbie Mainoo should start England's next game in the knockout phase. After the game, Roy Keane was quoted to have said Mainoo looked very comfortable on the ball, and that is what Roy Keane had to say. Well, another Manchester United legend, Gary Neville, who used to play as a defender, had this to say about Kobbie Mainoo. Gary Neville was quoted to have said, "I am certain Kobbie Mainoo will start the next game. It's obvious we need someone in there who gets us playing, and Mainoo does that." Yes, that is what Gary Neville said, saying that Kobbie Mainoo must start England's next game in the knockout phase. Now, currently, out of the 3 matches that England has played, Kobbie Mainoo has played 2 matches, and in all those 2 matches, he has come on as a substitute. In the game against Serbia, he came on as a substitute. He missed the game against Denmark, and he was on the bench, but as unused substitute. And in the game against Slovenia, he came on as a substitute, and once again, he gave a complete performance in that game. And now people are calling for him to start the next game in the knockout phase. That is up to Gareth Southgate to decide, because after trying Trent and after trying Conor Gallagher, that should tell you that Kobbie Mainoo is your best bet, and surely you have to start him. Well, Cole Palmer also needs to get more playing time, and I think that if this goes very well, England might end up getting to the final and this time win the 2024 Euros. So that is the latest I have for you on Kobbie Mainoo's performance in the game against Slovenia. Share your thoughts in the comment section. Until then, my name is Joseph Adamafio. I'll come your way with another episode. See you in the next one. I'm out.